How's it going, everyone? You will own nothing is basically what PlayStation is saying coming 2028. It says physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. So that means after 2028, I don't know if they specified if it's going to be like indie games too, because I know indie games outsource, but if you're pushing any disc drives or new games past 2028, will that game get read into your drive that was newly produced after 2028? I don't know if that's going to be the case. I just know I have a lot of subscribers and followers that buy physical. They love physical games. They'd rather buy physical than digital. I have my own share of a big catalog of physical games I have owned. And it's just crazy to see that quote that you own nothing and will love it is coming closer and closer to fruition. Just not having that choice, I think, is something irks me. I know it will irk a lot of you guys as well. But let's read on. In response to shifting trends to consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. Does that mean you could just buy the case with a code in it? Like what they're doing with GTA 6? Is that the case? Because that means like mom and pop shops, GameStop will no longer be able to get these games. I know Xbox is going down this trend as well. Xbox for their new system, I don't think there's going to be a disc drive in that system at all. I think more and more games are going towards the Steam model. They see the huge success for Steam and they want to go the digital route. PCs now don't have disc drives. But the difference between PlayStation, which recently took away 500 movies from their catalog, so people who bought those movies got those movies taken away from them. Like you bought something, but that license was taken away, so now you don't own it anymore. Now that people saw that, they're like, if we buy a game, what tells them that they're not going to take that away from us? Like 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, if we want to go back and play it, we can't. Are we going to have to just go back to like GameCube, Super NES, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and just enjoy those games and use those disc drives to just play those games? Or we're going to have to go back to the old days to actually own games? Is that what we're going to have to do? Let's keep reading. As consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from the physical disc to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on the PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only, like what they're doing with GTA 6. Maybe they'll release covers. You can put those covers, but there'll be a digital code in it. You won't actually get the disc. This transition has no impact on games that are already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely to how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation in how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games, whether that's at a retailer's or PlayStation Store. We remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for the continued support. More information, updates on PlayStation Store for PS3 and PS Vita announced today. Please click here. Yeah, PlayStation 3 and PS Vita, those libraries are not going to get supported anymore. Like, you can't buy any games for them anymore. Those libraries are going to get closed down. I think sooner than 2028, actually. It's just crazy. If Sony was better with the licensing and if they sold digital at a discount, you're telling me I had to pay full price for a digital game and you don't have to ship discs to us. You don't have to go through the shipping process to push games out for us to buy. So you're saving on that, but you're charging us more. That's the reason I think a lot of people are angry. That's at least one of the reasons why a lot of people are angry. I think the biggest reason is that they could easily take that license away from us. You own a game 1, 2, 3, 4 years down the road and you're like, I want to go back and play it. Next thing you know, that license is taken away. Maybe PlayStation has took that game off their store and you can't play it anymore. And you could pay like $40, $50, $60, $80 on that game and you can't play it anymore. I think that's what a lot of people are angry about. PlayStation is taking just a bunch of L's lately. They took a big L with dropping the ball on Destiny 2, not supporting that game, and just putting Bungie's hope on Marathon, which is a game that never exceeded over 100,000 players, at least on Steam. And you have over 100,000 people that came back to support Destiny, and you're saying that's the weaker link? I don't know what's going on with PlayStation. I was a big PlayStation fanboy growing up because Xbox did me wrong, especially with the Red Ring of Death. And I bought the PS5, super happy with it. I loved how in the PS4 and Xbox One era, Xbox One was pushing towards this. They're like, you only could do digital and you can't share your game. And then PlayStation 4 said, how can you share a game? They took a game and gave it to their friend. They took that disc and gave it to a friend and said, you could share your game. You could play this game amongst other consoles. We're not going to lock you out of it. Now the trend is PlayStation and Xbox seem to be not competing with one another again. It's just like they're two peas in the same pod, just different names because they're both going down the digital route. I don't know. It's sad to see. I've been pushing more away from PlayStation and driving more into Steam because Steam has a way better reputation than PlayStation and Xbox as of late, especially in the digital market. This sucks that we aren't able to get these games and just actually have a disc anymore. Maybe we'll just get like the physical cover of a game and no CD inside, just a piece of paper that gives you the code. All I gotta say is if this sticks true, I think buy up as much physical media as you can, or we have to revolt and say, speak with our wallets. If Sony goes in the dumps after this and they're not getting the support that they need, I guarantee they'll change. They'll change their tune 100% because money drives them. And once that money fizzles out, things change. Things have to pivot. So if you want to see change, don't support PlayStation anymore. Don't buy your games on PlayStation Store. If you do own a PlayStation, go buy a physical copy. If you don't have the disc in your PlayStation, go buy that. I think it's like $50 or something like that, and just put your disc in there. We can't support something like this that has like this kind of market towards it. It's not good for the competitiveness. It's not good for us consumers. That's what I think. I think the biggest thing is, I remember back in the day, like when it was like PS3, when digital releases were becoming a thing, I'm like, oh, I could just buy a game on here. I don't have to go to the store. I didn't think much of it. And then I was like, shouldn't these digital copies be cheaper? I think they were back in the PS3 era, if I'm not mistaken. I remember they were a little bit cheaper, or they're like $5 cheaper or something like that. That didn't last long. And then they became normal price. I'm like, what's the difference between me going to the store and then buying something digital? They have to pay for the shipping, they have to pay the vendors or whatever, and it's the same price. That left a bad taste in my mouth, and now we're seeing it come full circle into this and them no longer pushing towards physical media. I know a lot of people buy digital, but I know a lot of people want that option to buy a physical copy instead of having just a digital library that just could be erased in a snap by PlayStation whenever they want to. It's either that the consumers have to have way more laws to protect them against this happening. Like PlayStation just can't pull the rug under your whole entire library, because that would suck because you paid money for this and they can't take it away from you. There had to be more policies against PlayStation doing that as a studio. They just can't take it, and no word they could just take it away from you. It can't happen. Laws have to be put up against that, and restrictions have to be put up against Sony and whatever development company that is doing this, with Xbox, whether it's Steam, whether it's the Epic Store. There has to be policies for this. But I think if people push back and don't support these digital only medias, I think we'll see a change. So let me know what you guys think of this topic. Are you against it? Are you for it? When's the last digital game that you bought? When's the last physical game that you bought? I would love to know in the comments below. I also want to add that you would find more sales on Amazon for actual physical copies of a game than if you went to like the PlayStation store or the Xbox store. You will see games full price, but if you look on Amazon, you see that game for like $20-$30 off. On older games, you would see that price cut off. And these storefronts like PlayStation and Xbox selling them for full price. It's just, things have to change. Like for gamers, what a year, man. Consoles going up in price, PC parts going crazy. It's just, I think they want to push us towards digital. They want people to not own a PC. They want us to maybe do cloud gaming. We got to keep what's ours and we got to really own it. All right, guys, that's it for me. I would love to hear your feedback on this topic. Are you guys against it? Are you guys for it? I really hope that you guys are against it, because I know so many of my viewers and subscribers are diehard physical only fans, and that market's going to be crushed, and they might just leave gaming entirely if they don't own those. All right, guys, love you to pieces. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you guys want to stay in touch with when I do drop content, click that bell notification down below, because it means a lot to me. You guys are awesome. We got to save gaming, man. They can't just be bullying people. If we speak with our wallets, we don't support these big corporations that are pushing these buttons to think that they know best. They go out of business, or they pivot and listen to the consumers to make that money. As simple as that. We speak with our wallets. If we keep supporting this, it's going to keep happening. 100%. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.